Hello, and welcome to the MoonPool. I'm Newmoon, and let's talk about Tallstar and why he lives so long. I will be discussing plot points of the Super Edition Tallstar's Revenge, so if you don't want to get spoiled, then I'll see you next time. Also, I will not be reviewing the book because Tennille Flowers has done a wonderful job of doing so, so go ahead and watch that video first. I'll be here when you get back. Okay, so as we know, the leaders in the first arc, I lovingly call Firestar's arc, mostly all appear to be some kind of elderly. This, I feel, was the Aaron's way of explaining the reason why the leaders were so wise. And the one youthful leader was brash and hot-headed. Yes, Broken Star was our first villain, but not our true villain. Given the way his life played out, we could have seen Ragged Star on that rock first and not his power-hungry son. But Broken Star will get his own video, trust me. In fact, it is in my plan to make a video on all the leaders in the first arc. But as we know, Broken Star was the youngest leader, and Tallstar lived the longest, even longer than other leaders outside of this arc. Or at least, so we are led to believe. I'll go from young to old in the list of leaders. Now, my information is from the Warriors Wiki, the Warriors Wiki, and is not really... It's an approximation. The youngest was Broken Star. He lived for 47 moons. Then there was Tiger Star. He lived for 68 moons. Crooked Star lived for 81 moons. Blue Star lived for 78 moons. Fire Star lived for 96 moons. And Tallstar lived for a whopping 120 moons. Tallstar is the most should not have lived that long. We understand Firestar's age following his kitty pet background, but no born to the wild, aka feral cat, should live so long. On average, they live about 1 to 5 years of age. But yes, this is a fantasy book about clan cats, and yes, the leaders get 9 lives. So your argument could be they live longer because of the medicine cats in the clan, or the fact that in a clan everyone is caring for everyone else. We actually see this work when it comes to the elders. Mousefur lived just as long as Tallstar, but she was an elder. The clan cared for her needs. The medicine cats kept checking on her daily. She got regular herbs to combat anything that could possibly happen to her. Apprentices fed her, and she had never had any kits in her life. A leader doesn't normally have these things happen with them. The medicine cat only seems to care for them when they're sick or hurt in battle. Yes, it's possible we just don't see them fussing, but as we saw in The Great Journey, Barkface was watching over his friend almost all the time. Oh, as for Barkface, yes, he lived for 153 moons. But I feel the medicine cats do not qualify here. They are far cleaner and far healthier than most any cat in the clans. Heck, Mothwing is 100 moons of age, and she's not slowing down at all. And maybe I'll dive into a theory video on the secrets of medicine cats later. So leaders don't get to live long lives, so I feel Tallstar could have lived far longer if starvation hadn't taken him to StarClan. So what caused him to live so long as a leader? I believe if we go back and look at Tallstar's revenge, we may find the answer. After leaving WindClan, Talltail ends up in Two Lake Place. First, he saves a kitty pet from the snapping jaws of a dog. Upon a short greeting where he learns the kitty pet's name is Jake, Talltail bids farewell and continues to travel through the strange and scary maze of dens, alleys, yards, before hunger drives him to look for food. He finds a stinking small wooden den and is driven inside by the smell of a rat. Overlooking the horrid smell, he walks in and finds a rat's body. It is still warm, so he believes he is safe to eat it. After eating the rat, he tries to nap. Waking with stomach pain and vomiting, Talltail believes he is dying. Jake finds Talltail and gets his two-leg, whom Talltail is far too weak to object to, and soon after passes out. Once Talltail wakes, he learns he is in a small, cramped space that Jake explains is the cutter basket, or the vet basket is later called, and tells Talltail his two-leg has took him to the vet to save his life because he has eaten a rat that was poisoned. Now, here is where a lot of factors come into my theory. When a cat is poisoned by something like rat poisoning, the cat's digestive tract must be cleaned out immediately. A vet does many things to do so. Things like catheters, inducing vomiting, charcoal are all used, along with IV fluids to hydrate, and many arrays of shots. Given that this two-leg most likely said that Talltail was a feral cat, so the vet may have given him a rabies shot, feline leukemia, parvo, distemper. Now let me say, when we meet Millie, she actually tells Firestar she has been to the cutter and has been given her shots that keep her healthy. Yes, I know this includes green cough. This doesn't include, green cough, but that's more like a severe respiratory infection, and that can be deadly in cats. So it settles in the lungs and can actually cause pneumonia as well. The treatments for rat poisoning takes about 2 days of time, but we are made to believe, though it is not confirmed by Jake, that Talltail was at the vet any more than the span of a few hours. Again, kids' book, and the Aarons 9 times out of 10 didn't want Talltail to have a point of view in a vet's office. Anyways, factors are huge, possibly to Talltail's age versus his leadership, which is a quite dangerous position, as we have seen in many of the other leaders. Do you think so? Is there a theory you subscribe to yourself, or do you actually believe this as well? Or do you also wish for me to talk about a book or character from the series? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below. And may StarClan light your path.